Hey, we're here at Surf Expo and I'm at the Liquid Force booth and I'm here with Greg. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Lex. How are you doing? Great to see you.
Great seeing you too. Let's talk about these boards.
All right, we're going to touch on some of the highlights of the Liquid Force line for 2017. We've got a lot of our other boards that roll over with small changes, new graphics or whatever. But today I want to focus on the biggest story in twin tips, the lightest story in twin tips, and the most fun story in twin tips. So I'm going to start with the big one. New for us this year, in a 150 as we have here, and will be available in a 160, is the Libre. And the Libre is a board obviously for extremely lightweight. We had a lot of people that came up to us and said, hey, we don't want to ride a hydrofoil when it's light. You guys are Liquid Force. Can't you make us a great light wind board that rides amazing in light wind? And that's what the Libre is birthed from. So it's got a little bit of an asymmetrical concave favoring the heel side rail. The 150 is just offset a little bit, and then the 160 offset a little bit more heel side. And then what you can see with the shape of the board is we've taken away everything that was unnecessary. So it's a super thin rail. It's got a sexy little hip here in the hourglass, and really we've left enough core for strength and taken away everything that was unnecessary. So for those that want to get out and ride in light wind and not have to ride a hydrofoil, we present the Libre 150 and 160. That is the Libre. I'm going to hand this one to you, Lexus. You got to feel it. What do you think about that? The new carbon drive.
That's super light. I got flip-flops that weigh more than this.
Yeah, so the drive has been in our line for a couple of years. It's pretty much our all-around, all conditions, everybody shape. It works for everybody. And what we've done is we've taken a great shape in the most popular sizes, 137, 140, and 143. And we've brought it into a carbon construction. You can see it's real easy to handle this board. It's got our unique hex weave, which is a carbon weave that we've been using, tested it with the carbon element for the last few years. It allows us to use the same weave on both the top and the bottom of the board. You'll see a lot of carbon boards, they have to have a different weave on the top and the bottom. That's based on how the boards flex and preserving that. And what it does, it makes this board really, really light and really snappy with the response of the carbon, and makes this one of the most fun all-around boards that anybody's ever ridden. So check out the carbon drive. We're super excited about that this year.
It's super light too, let me tell you.
Now, really exciting, I want to introduce you to these two here. These are our Hippie sticks, and we call them Hippie sticks.
Let me guess, Gary named them.
We've got, Gary may have been involved in the naming. It's a group event at Liquid Force. And we've got the Moon Patrol in the pearlescent white. And I know these fluorescent lights in here don't really do it justice, but it's a pearlescent white. And then we've got the spacecraft in the black. Let me go over the Moon Patrol first, and then we'll look more close at the spacecraft. First thing you'll notice about both of these boards is that we're calling them directional twins. They're built like a twin tip. They've got an all wood core, built like our regular twin tips. Both the boards have a simple concave in the hull, and then the Moon Patrol, a little more surfy style. It's actually got a tapered outline. It's got a little bit wider in the nose, and then it tapers to a bit of a moon tail. Obviously Moon Patrol, moon tail from a surfboard. And this thing looks kind of like a little mini surfboard, but you can ride it like a surf, you can ride it like a twin. We do have an extra insert pack in both the Hippie sticks so that you can run it centered like a twin tip, or most of us have been riding it actually set back an inch. So you're essentially favoring one side. Most of us, if you admit it, do all of our tricks and our best boosts go in one way. This board allows you to focus on that way that you go the best. You want to have your best slashes off the wave, your best jumps. But then again, you easily turn it around and you can ride it switch. And they both ride equally well forward and backwards. Both the boards are going to come with 6 fins. Most of us riding it semi-directional. We've been riding the 4-centimeter fins up front and the 5s in the back. So you'll actually receive a full set of 4s and an additional set of 5s. So you can run it either way as a directional or a twin. And just super, super fun all-around board. Kind of a new concept. We were inspired by some of the new carving snowboard shapes. Those guys coming out of Japan with a lot of carving and really taking it back to the roots, kind of the Hippie. And then as well, where did we come up with Hippie sticks? All of the hips are a little bit different in these boards. This one's got a tapered shape to the tail. And then let me introduce you to the spacecraft. Spacecraft, a little more of a squared shape. It's actually got a symmetrical outline, and yet it's got the 2 different tips. So it's actually a mirror. The point out of this is a mirror of the point in the tail. And this board gives you, again, it's directional twin. We've got the offset inserts. You can run it centered or set back. And both of these boards have a little bit more nose rocker than tail rocker. So they do ride directionally, but they ride equally well front and back. And really, who's riding this board? Who's this board for? This board is for anybody that wants to have a lot of fun, diversify their kiteboarding a little bit, mix it up. I just got back into riding after a surgery this year. I was out for a couple months. I have ridden nothing but these boards because they're everything I ever wanted in a board. I can slash on a wave with them. I can boost with them. I can do the 5 tricks I knew 5 years ago and can still do with them. They're all around super, super fun. Everybody needs to get out, try our new Hippie sticks.
Cool, now let's talk about the pads.
Yes, so we're extremely excited to introduce to you the new Pro Pad. And let me actually grab for you the one I've got off the board here, Alexis. Show you all the parts. An all new plate for us, and an all new adjustable foot pad. So starting from the top, we've got multi-density in the foot pad itself, nice toe bar molded in. In the back, we've got actually removable heel density cups. We've got the medium here, and we've got 3 different. We've got a soft, a medium, and a hard. So for those that want a stiffer landing pad or those that want a softer pad, you can dial that in. They all come with the pads. And then as well, they're all adjustable with these little tabs. So you can see this pad, like this one here, set up on the inboard position where these are super close together. If you want to widen the strap out, you simply pop out these notches, tabs. They switch sides so that the ramp goes forward towards the toe. This one just turns around. And now you've moved the mounting of the pad outwards. You can also see that in the track there's 3 positions for each of the inboard and then 4 or 5 positions for that. So extremely adjustable. And the pad here obviously threads right in to those tabs. A super soft, almost a terry cloth feel, and just a super soft pre-curved pad on the Pro Pad.
So you don't get any of the chafing on the top of the foot at all?
Yeah, no chafing. It's super soft. It's well molded and the most adjustable pad we've ever ridden. You've known me a long time, Alexis. You know I've never been really a foot strap guy. I've always been kind of a boot or a strapless guy. Riding these Pro Pads on these 2 boards has been the most fun I've had in kiteboarding really since we figured out foiling. So it's always nice to have something new, and new for this year is the Hippie sticks. These boards work for anybody. We've got the most comfortable, most supportive, most adjustable pad and strap option we've ever had, and it's just a great time to be riding Liquid Force boards and straps.
Now let's move on to the foils.
Foils. Got a couple pieces I'll show you here. Most people are familiar with our Happy and Rocket foils. Those are on the market. They're going to continue on the market. The Happy wing set will be available, and what I really wanted to show you here is all the pieces that will be available for those that already may have purchased a foil fish foil or have purchased a rocket foil. You can purchase the Happy wing set upgrade. That comes with all the mounting shims. We actually do an adjustable shim now. You get 3 shims, so it's a 2.0, a 2.5, and a 3, I believe, adjustment. 1.5, 2, and 2.5 adjustment. And that actually adjusts the angle of the rear wing on the fuselage for those that want a little more or less lift. So we're really dialing that in. And then as well, we're going to offer the short mast solution for those that want it. And what we've done to make it real easy is all the parts are going to be available a la carte. So if you've got a Happy foil or a Rocket foil and you want to go short mast, you can order just the mast part. If you're trying to put together a short setup, you can get the collar and the mast, put those together. But we're not making you buy all the parts just to get the pieces you want. And then as well, we've been in development for a while. The biggest change for those of riding Liquid Force foils is we do have a full carbon fuselage. Obviously, we've been working on foils for a long time. We're extremely happy with our aluminum foil setup. But the one area that we wish we could reduce the weight is in the fuselage. Currently, it's a solid aluminum bar. We've actually tested carbon mass and other things. Our aluminum mass profile, the 2nd generation for the Rocket and the Happy, still is the stiffest, best weight combination out there. We have guys that ride carbon mass that say, hey, you're a little bit heavier, but it's way stiffer and more enjoyable to ride. You've got less flex. So the one area we could really work on the development is in the carbon fuselage. And you can feel that. You've felt our other ones. Yeah, it's about 1/3 of the weight of the aluminum. So these are in production right now, as are the short mast and all of the parts. So everybody that's got a Rocket or a Happy or a foil fish can accessorize and add these parts to their kit.
Now, we didn't talk about all the specifics of the boards and the straps and obviously all the foil stuff. Where can they go online to find all that stuff?
Yeah, so we did that because we know you guys have a busy day. If I had to show you everything we had in the line and in the catalog, got a nice thick book for you right here. If I had to show you everything, you guys would have to book the whole day. So go check out liquidforcekites.com, September 15th, the official launch of the 2017 gear. We've got a great lineup this year, and we're super proud of it.
Well, thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you.
Okay, bonus. You got to hold in your face.
All right, guys.
All right.
Oh, you want just in the base?
Shot of the booze.
Hey, guys. Just want to touch real quick. The LFK boot we've had for a couple of years, the most popular boot in kiteboarding, the lightest boot in kiteboarding with our impact base. We have an all-new Aloha print available in unisex sizing for all the gals and all the guys. This boot looks amazing on all of the boards, so get yourself some Aloha LFK.